And now I am truly honored to introduce to us, ladies and gentlemen, our keynote speaker. But before we do that, allow me to take a moment to celebrate something remarkable that's happening in our nation. The rise and recognition of women who are not only speaking, but shaping history. In September last year, we witnessed the groundbreaking moment when Mrs. Efua Ghartey became the very first female president of the Ghana Bar Association. This is such a powerful reminder that excellence goes beyond gender. And just some few months after, on January 7th, we witnessed the first female vice president of Ghana. So indeed, beautiful things are happening. So today, as we reflect on securing properties, preserving properties, how to, what to do and what not to, I think it's just in the right light that we have our keynote speaker being a woman, embracing all these ideals. Ladies and gentlemen, with a standing ovation, help me invite on stage and warmly welcome Mrs. Efua Ghartey. She's the president of the Ghana Bar Association and head of chambers at Ghartey and Ghartey Law Firm.
Thank you very much for that warm welcome. Yes. The CEO of the Ghana Association of Banks, Mr. John Efua, my learned friends, and I'm discovering them, and I'm excited to see them, our treasured participants, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Now, I understand why the Lord ordered my steps in this direction and brought me today. Apart from witnessing this laudable initiative, it's also going to put me in the right space to make useful contributions where the law is concerned in respect of the ideals of this organization. So it's both an honor and a profound privilege to stand before you to deliver this address at this 2025 National Estate and Gift Planning Awareness Conference. As the Ghana Bar Association, we wish to express our heartfelt appreciation to the Center for Financial Literacy Education Africa. You've done well for this invitation. Your steadfast commitment and foresight to invest in empowering Ghanaians with practical knowledge in the management of their finances, empowerment that transcends finance management to the core of legacies and estates, which affects families and inevitably nation building. We commend you for filling a void. As per your registration, CFLE Africa is a Ghanaian non-for-profit organization. How many people can do that? Dedicated to developing and promoting financial literacy across the continent, with a special focus on youth and female groups. By educating individuals to make financial decisions and plan responsibly for the future in order to live a debt-free life, CFLE Africa equips the world with the tools to manage resources wisely and build enduring wealth. Its mission has found expression in the theme for today's conference, as you seek to throw the spotlight on securing legacies, protecting families, building the future. Financial literacy is the foundation upon which strong legacies are built, families are protected, and prosperous futures are secured. Just earlier on in April this year, I happened to be at a homecoming summit which was organized by the Volta Bar for lawyers. And one of the sessions was on financial management through savings and investments. Some of us found the information so invaluable and wished we had come by the enlightenment years earlier. Because as the speaker spoke, we realized that if we had started saving even our pocket money at a certain point in time, reduce the number of calls we were making and save some credit, we'll have millions in our bank accounts now. But at that time, we didn't think of it. But today you are privileged to have this awareness creation. And I know that you will not take it lightly. Let me use the opportunity to dispel some misinformation about wealth. The Bible tells us that the love of money is the root of all evil. And this is in 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. What it is referring to is the insatiable love for money, that is acquiring wealth irrespective of the means, specifically foul means. We are, however, guided by the same word of God in Ecclesiastes 10, verse 19, where it says, money answereth all things, which means that it has a vital role to play in our existence on earth. And you all know what it is like when you dip your hands into your pocket and nothing is coming out. It is chaotic. When property is properly acquired and secured, it becomes a blessing and a joy to all. The theme of this conference reminds us that true wealth is not measured merely in cedis and pesos, but in values, integrity, and the sustainability of what we build for generations yet unborn. Our choices remind us to think generationally and not transactionally. When our ancestors say a tree is remembered for its fruit, they understand profoundly that every aspect of life must bear testimony to what it has produced. A legacy should not be haphazard and chaotic. It should be careful, legal, moral, and a spiritual statement about one's stewardship of life, an enduring testimony which stems from a good legacy. In our Ghanaian culture, legacy is deeply personal. It is the name we leave behind, the principles we live by, and the impact we have on others. Yet too often this legacy is distorted when we do not take the appropriate steps to even secure our physical assets, lands, houses, bank accounts, etc., through legal instruments that ensure they reach the right hands, especially in situations where the family structure has some peculiarities. And I do recall one telenovela which was titled A Second Chance. Some of us watched it years ago. It was about a gentleman who died, but somehow he was also alive. And he was watching how his family members were rushing for his properties and trying to dissipate them and so forth. And you ask yourself, is this what you want to happen to you when you are no more? And the answer should be no. The Land Act 2020 Act 1036 has brought clarity to ownership and registration. When we document our estates and register our land, we cooperate with the state in building a transparent and enforceable land regime. The future we build through planning is therefore not abstract. It is legally traceable, administratively enforceable, and enduring. Further, Section 1 of the Wills Act 1971, Act 360, empowers any person aged 18 or over who is of sound mind to make a will. Take charge of the narrative of your life. Ensure that you are building a future that will speak for you when you are no longer. And today we heard, just before we started the session, we went through our assets. Whatever you have something in your hand to begin with. And that was Moses' story. When the Lord asked him on the occasion of the burning bush, "What do you have in your hand?" And he said he had his rod. And the Lord asked him to throw it down, and it became a snake. And that showed him that the Lord was with him, and he used that same rod in Pharaoh's palace to perform wonders. So all of us, we have something in our hand, and that is what we need to take the first step with. Proper planning prevents uncertainty. It shields loved ones from disputes, secures inheritance, and ensures that wealth, however modest, is preserved and passed on purposefully. Families must also communicate openly about inheritance, guardianship, and responsibilities. Love that remains silent about the future often becomes conflict in the present. Parents who plan their future educate their children and instill in them the need to practice good stewardship at all times, and siblings who agree on fairness preserve both assets and harmony. Beyond individual families, estate and gift planning have national implications. They enable wealth preservation, intergenerational continuity, and philanthropy, all contributing to economic stability. Imagine a Ghana where every family, no matter how modest, has a plan, where women and children are protected after the passing of a breadwinner, where businesses transition smoothly across generations. That is how nations are built. To build the future, we must normalize conversations about succession, integrate estate planning into financial education, and empower professionals, lawyers, financial advisors, notaries, and community leaders to make estate literacy a household topic. Instruments like the National Pensions Act, 2008, Act 766, reinforce the principle that every deliberate decision we make today to save, to document, to invest, shapes and secures a prosperous tomorrow. I commend CFLE Africa for creating this platform where law, finance, and social consciousness intersect. To the professionals here, let us become partners in life planning, educating clients about their responsibilities to themselves, their families, and their communities. To policymakers, let us strengthen frameworks to simplify estate administration, eliminate needless delays, and ensure justice is felt, particularly by widows, children, and dependents. Make legal services accessible and turn estate planning into an act of empowerment. In closing, every legacy starts with one decision: to plan. The choices we make today will echo in the lives of our children tomorrow. Seize the opportunity beginning from today. Consult the professionals. Let us not wait for loss or confusion to compel us to go into action. Make the time to put your will together, register your land, plan your pensions, teach your children the values you hold dear. Do all that you need to do to secure your future. Speak openly with your family. The choices we make today will live on forever. May today's conference rekindle a national consciousness that estate and gift planning are not privileges for the wealthy, but responsibilities for the wise. Let us each become custodians of continuity for our families, our communities, and our nation. And the Ghana Bar Association is ever willing to partner with this organization for future events and learning. Thank you all, and may God bless you. Thank you.